welcome back. This is Jacqueline, and this is Chesticles. I call it Chesticles because I got some brass balls going on here. I had a lovely, three of my friends that I worked with years ago came over last night for dinner, and oh my gosh, did we laugh. Some of the funny things that have happened over the years, we were talking about different stories and times how they've changed and what you can and what you can't say. And my one friend said to me, one of the funniest things you ever said is, the boss said you were wrong about something and you realized you were wrong and you said, well, I'm sorry, let me put on my orthopedic shoes and stand corrected. And we started cracking up, but you can't say that nowadays, I don't think. I mean, that would offend somebody who wears orthopedic shoes, I guess. I don't know. I never meant to offend anybody, but you want to stand corrected. And so we laughed about that. And we had a nice dinner here at my house. And it was just so great to see them. Do you have those friends that, like, you don't get to see them very often, but the minute you do, you just pick up where it used to, just as if you just saw them yesterday, and that's how these ladies are. We worked together many years ago at a dental office. My friend Terry that I told you that I went out to Arizona to see, we worked with her as well. So we were such a great group of coworkers. There was such a tight team, and we just all got along. Everybody's so smart and so hardworking and team-working, and then we just all genuinely liked each other, But I was reminded, I told you the peppermint patty story. There was another story. Oh, I think I told you guys I'm a crier. Now, all through my life when I would cry, my mother would say, oh, you're just crocodile tears, or you're just doing that for attention. And so, you're told these things so you believe them. But I was like, why would I do that? Because I always felt embarrassed when I cry. And then I remember taking one of these leadership seminars years ago. It was in my 20s. And we were talking about things we wanted to work on, and mine was crying because, I cry very easily. So, I stood up and everything, and she said to me, well, do you cry for attention? And I said, no. And she said, well, then why do you believe you do? I'm like, I don't know why I cry, and I try so hard not to. Like, I don't know if you're like me, if you're going to cry, but like, I feel it coming, and I try to like swallow it in my throat. Like, I'll get a lump in my throat. My dad used to say, look your eyes up at the sky. Like, that'll help to prevent the tears from, all these little tricks of the trade. So I wouldn't cry because I always felt that would make me look weak. It was embarrassing, And anyway, this leader of this management seminar said to me, well, do you ever cry in your car when you're by yourself? And I said, oh my gosh, all the time. How about in the shower? Do you cry in the shower? Absolutely. How about in your bedroom when you're alone? Absolutely. Well, then you're not crying for attention. It was like, boom. Yeah, I'm just a crier. It doesn't mean anything. It just means I'm a crier. And I usually I'm talking like a McDonald's commercial. Like, there was one years ago where it was like the grandfather and the kid took the grandfather to McDonald's. That one always makes me cry. I'm just emotional. I feel things, strangely deeper than most people. And even though they don't mean anything, I don't know, I just cry. And, I also cry when I get frustrated. So, like, that's another thing. Like, not even angry, just frustrated. I'll start crying. But I've gotten better as I've gotten older, for sure. But it reminded me of this story when they were over last night. So I had to run to Staples on my lunch hour because I had to get something for work. So I go into Staples, and I'm not going to get lunch because I'm at Staples. And it was one of those days, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I just didn't feel like eating lunch, believe it or not. So I grabbed a pack of Reese cups, and I was like, I'm just going to eat Reese cups. I know, not healthy, very unhealthy. But that was going to be my lunch. I kid myself, and I was like, well, there's protein in the peanut butter, so of all the candies, this is not the worst one. So these are the things I tell myself. So anyway, I go into the Staples. I get the item I had to get for work, and then I pick up, at the counter, they had the Reese cups. And so I get out into the car, and before I even start my car, I open the Reese cups because I'm like, I'm going to eat these before I even drive. And I opened it up, and did you ever open up candy and it has that like white film on it? Now, I know from experience, sometimes if you put something that's like melty and you put it in the refrigerator, it'll get that on it. Just, I guess that's like the milk solids coming up or whatever. So I figured that's what it was. I figured maybe it came from a hot truck. I put in the air conditioning, So I bit into it. Oh my gosh. It was so horribly stale. Like it was disgusting. And I was annoyed because I'm like, these are disgusting, and I'm not going to eat these. And I don't know if there is an expiration date. I certainly don't remember looking for one, but you can tell old stale candy. And it happens. It is what it is. So I went back into the Staples to return them because, I wanted them to know that you better check your shelves and make sure your stock is up to date. And B, like, I am not paying for these. I can't even eat them. So I get back in line, and it was pretty hopping. And it's my turn to go up to line. I said, hey, I have my receipt. I said, I just bought these. I said, but they're really old. They're stale. So I wanted to return them. So the girl behind the counter puts her hands up as if I'm holding a gun to her head, backs up and says, Joe, can you please take care of this? Can you take care of this? Well, there's a line behind me, and I'm like, what the heck? And he comes over and he's like, yeah, hold on, I'll take care of that for you. He was ringing up another customer at another register. But she's looking at me like, I'm not kidding you. Like, her hands are up in the air like I have a gun to her head. Like, I'm robbing Staples. So I got annoyed, and, I'm a little mouthy sometimes. So I said, I'm just returning something. You don't have to act like so annoyed that I'm returning it. I'm, whatever. I said something smart ass to her. And the guy, we're calling him Joe, says, she's allergic to peanuts. She could die. Well, now I get the lump in my throat. Now I'm going to start crying because this girl isn't afraid. She's not afraid of me returning the Reese cups. She's afraid of the peanut allergy that she has. And this guy is like, she could die. So I was like, oh my God. Then I felt like a total asshole because I, was such a smart ass. Then all these people in line started picking on me. Some people should have more sensitivity to peanut allergies. My son has a peanut allergy. Yeah, so does my daughter. And there's this whole line of people just heckling me. They're heckling me in Staples because I'm returning bad candy. And this girl's allergic to peanuts, which she did not tell me, just so you know. She didn't say, oh, I'm allergic, I'm going to have my coworker. She literally backed up with her hands up in the air. And then not only that, I get heckled by the crowd. So, and no, I did not get a replacement. So then, we're calling him Joe. He gives me my money back, but he just gave me this look like I was a disgusting human being. Everybody in the line was looking at me like that. Everybody had something to say, People are so rude. People are so sensitive. Now, probably because I got a little... I can't even say I was being cocky with her. I was just... When she put her hands up and backed up, like... I was like, come on, you just relax. Like, I'm returning something. Like, you don't have to make it such a big deal. I got in my car to drive back to work, and I'm bawling. I am absolutely bawling over these Reese cups. And then I come back into work, and our first patient wasn't there yet, so usually we would stand and just, chit-chat for a minute while we're waiting for our patients. Well, I'm like, like, I can't breathe. I am absolutely inconsolable. They're like, oh my gosh, what happened? I tell them the whole story. I'm sitting here, and intellectually, I know that's so stupid. I'm crying over Reese cups, but I was crying because, first of all, I didn't know she was allergic. Second of all, of course, my mouth is, said something sarcastic to her. Then I got heckled by a whole line of people in Staples, all giving me their, shaking their head at me, giving me dirty looks. But, oh my gosh, that was a funny story. So now whenever I see Reese cups, I think, she could die. I'm not trying to make light of peanut allergies. All I'm saying is if you have a peanut allergy, it's probably best that you tell someone. Because had she told me, they were in the wrapper still and in the bag. So it wasn't like I just, spit it out of my mouth and there was peanut butter on the counter, But I had to come in and tell you guys that story since they came over last night and made me think of it. Oh, well, I hope you all had a lovely Memorial Day weekend. I went to my sister's house. She has a beautiful pool, and we just chilled out and laughed. It was just she and I, and we had such a great time. It was really, really great. I love spending time with, both my sisters, but this one in particular, she's the one has 6 kids, and I learn from her all the time. Like, I feel like I'm a better person. My older sister, I feel like a better person too, but just, she's so faithful. She went to church on Sunday, and of course I'm, not a churchgoer. So I was like, oh, why do you have to go to church? And then I said to her, can't you watch it on TV nowadays? And she's like, no, that was during COVID. And I'm like, oh, I just didn't want her to leave me, But she did go to church, and I just, we just talk and laugh, and it was just a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend. So I hope everybody else had a really good Memorial Day weekend. And then, like I said, last night I had dinner with my friends from work that, gosh, I'm going to say it's got to be 18 years ago we started working together. Because Terry's been in Arizona for many years. But yeah, so it's just so nice to catch up and just, laugh and remember the good times. And then tonight, I'm going out to dinner with my Shore House crowd. So after they graduated from college, I never graduated. I went to college, but I never graduated. But after they all graduated, they all became friends and got to a Shore House together. And I went to grade school and high school with one of the girls that went to college with them. So long story short, that's been over 30 years. Going on 35 years that I've been friends with them. So we're all going to go out to dinner tonight. And I'm going to meet at my friend's house, and I can't drive at night. I can't see. It's terrible. So she's offered to drive. So we'll go down to, because we're all over the place. We're all scattered throughout, all the counties. So we're meeting in Delaware County. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. And then Saturday night, I get to go out to dinner with I call them my Mayfair girls. These are girls that went to grade school, my sister's grade. And we had shore houses too earlier in the early days. So obviously I love the shore, but so we're having dinner on Saturday. So I just woke up grateful today. So grateful for my great friends and my great family and time spent with my sister, and just all is going well. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you. And if you have a peanut allergy, it's okay to tell people. You don't have to put your hands up like I'm robbing a bank. And then the guy yelled at me, she could die. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. But I thought I'd give you a little morning chuckle today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. Enjoy it. It's beautiful weather here today. I'm certainly going to take advantage of it and look forward to seeing my old friends that I haven't seen. It's nice to start getting out again. I've been feeling a lot better, and I've been taking some new vitamins that I have that MTHFR gene. And so my body doesn't metabolize vitamins the way it's supposed to be, so I have to take these special vitamins, and I'm not good at it. I take so much medicine, and I just get lazy, and I forget, but I'm back on track, and boy, what a difference I can feel. Holy mackerel, I slept like a log, which is rare for me. I usually, wake up, so hopefully that's what's doing it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening to Chesticles. Thank you for all of the follows, all the comments. This has just been a great cathartic thing for me to do. I told you before, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not monetized. They said, oh, you can get monetized. But I just want to tell my story. It's really my lazy way. Instead of writing my book, I'm telling my stories as they come to me, because I think there's something, when you read a book or you listen to it, but it's the real author reading it. I love when it's the real author, because I don't know, it just I like it that way. So consider this my lazy man's way of doing my book and just telling you guys my funny stories as they happen. And thank you so much for listening. You have no idea. And the follows and the likes and the comments, I appreciate it so much. So you have a wonderful day, and thank you. Bye now.